Hey, good morning, friends. Welcome to Gardening with Creekside this morning. We're off here to a really chilly start this morning with 28 degrees here in North Carolina. Freezing weather, a little bit of a mess out here. Good news is, if you look right behind my shoulder over here, I'll walk over there in a few minutes. Yesterday, we received all of the growing soil for all our new baby plants that we're going to start growing next month. Yeah, next month. Yeah, because we're in December and we're going to start growing all the new babies in January. So the first round of perennials and whatnot come in on January the 12th. And then annuals, I got some annuals coming in at that time too. We're going to be doing a little bit of a different program on that this year with some early warm season crop coming in early to try to get them rooted before we send them out to hopefully our customers in Texas and California that like lantanas and evolvulus and all those warm weather plants. But we showed you this little project we've got going here. We're just trying to build a little bit of a dock here and some sidewalks that are running all across the front of those greenhouses right there. So today, this is like I didn't really realize until I was talking to Justin this morning that there's a multi-step process in this build of this dock here. So today they're just putting in the form, so the concrete truck will be here in just a little bit to pour out the footers. Okay, so they're going to build out some rebar in there, and I'll try to get some shots of that to show you how they're putting the rebar in, and then they're going to order these pre-made forms. They're going to build the walls of the dock. So we'll kind of go through that in a second, but let's take a look at that real quick. So right over here, they're getting right into the forms here, and they're getting ready to build out this footer in this section here, and it steps up. So here is the front of the entire dock. This will be about 4 feet tall, where the tractor trailer is going to back in. So Justin and Ernest are now kind of cleaning out the grade to get that footer poured here in a little bit. So the footer gets poured from the top up there where Ernest is all the way down and around here, and then we're pouring one that goes all the way up this way in front of this greenhouse. So that will be an entire wall that holds all that back, because it slopes from the top of the greenhouse down to the bottom, which is a perfect place to put the dock, because we didn't really have to dig out. You'll see in some places, like in different areas where the ground's really flat and you're coming into a building, so that means you're going to have to dig out to get your tractor trailers back down into a hole to unload them in a dock. So we had the perfect situation where this greenhouse is up on a high, and then we can back that tractor trailer up right there, kind of where the cat excavator is right now. So this is some of the rebar they're getting ready to cut right here with this mechanism. And so all the rebar gets put in I guess a vertical way from those footers over there all the way up. Not really sure how tall they're going to go up. They're going to go up above the concrete forms that get poured next Friday. So the forms make the wall, and they're going to get poured in next Friday. All that rebar gets bent over into where the concrete's going to get poured, fill in the whole back end up in this section right up in here with washstone, and they have to let all that set. So it'll be all, with all that rebar, it'll be all tied back in this direction here, holding the front wall, side walls, and all that stuff. So it's a multiple day. This is the second day they've been here. So the multiple day process on knocking this out. We have had, hold on one second here, let me flip back over. We have had a lot of rain. It has, with our gravel road right here, yesterday I was unloading that tractor trailer, and you got over a 10,000 pound cat 265, and then you're carrying almost 2,500 pounds full of bags of growing soil that we brought, and it really made a mess, which it kind of turned out to be okay. We've been kind of wearing this out here lately, and anytime when it's wet, it creates problems with our gravel and whatnot. But usually we come out of it pretty good once it starts to dry up. But over here, that's what I'm trying to walk over to. It's a little mess, but you can see the soils that we've got in right here. This is the Fafford that I really like. This used to be Fafford 3B. It's now Sungrows 830 mix, which is the same recipe. So this is our, we've got 20 pallets, 40 bags of soil to start with. I am sure I got 2 extra, so it's actually 22 because I had 2 left over from the fall. And yeah, so we're loaded up and ready to go on that. So but I'm just going to show you this picture right here just behind me. You can see hopefully that grade, just how far it slopes down from the corner of the greenhouse all the way down to that excavator. This greenhouse was one of the last ones we built on this corner here, and all of that was built up to make that one level there. So that's the big slope, and the big debate was the other day is where we were going to run the dock, and out this way would require a lot more fill down in there, like really firm. We would have had to dig down many feet to get too hard to fill it up, to support it, to fill up this corner. So we went on that corner where the guys are standing there, where they're getting ready to build the footers out and all that stuff. So that's kind of the situation in right now. We're gonna grab some time here just to kind of step off. Jenny will be back here in just a little bit, probably during the pour. We'll try to show you that situation. This will be neat, a little different than our normal concrete pours that we usually get, but because we're actually pouring footers in that situation right now instead of a pad, which is normally what we've done here at Creekside. The good thing is that it's warming up. I'm getting excited. I've got some really cool stuff that we've just loaded up on the website that's going to fill in on this much. Let's take a look here. Yes. Empty greenhouse. It won't be empty for long, but I'm really excited about some lantanas we've put into the Creekside Champion line. You can look those up right now. The bandana series of lantanas that we've got on there, and I've got another really talking about warm weather plants that'll be coming in early. So yeah, we'll be having one of these Surdiva scabolas. I have 3 different colors in those that we just loaded up: the blue, the white, and I think there's a pink one. So that's really cool. But along with that, we've got some really exciting stuff that's getting ready to happen in the greenhouse with the website and everything. We got some new plants that we're going to be loading up. We're really excited about, and we're going to be talking to some of those folks today, and hopefully we can get a pre-order situation on these plants coming up in January. I don't want to talk about it right now until I really make sure that we're going to have them. So they're just going to be something totally unique, something you only see from that type of genre. Like you would go to the website and that's all they sell. So we're going to try to bring in some really cool stuff that you don't find at your regular garden centers that you have, or other online stores that are out there in the marketplace. So anyways, we're just kind of excited about that. I'm going to pass this off to Jenny here in just a little bit. It was nice talking with you this morning, but I'm sure I'll be back in a minute.
y'all. I think Jerry's been taking good care of you while I was being domestic in the house, you know, laundry and all the things. So I am up here. We're going to check in on the fellas in a minute because they are putting the rebar in to the wet footers. But while we're waiting on them to get a little bit more rebar in the ground, thought I'd give you an update on these Southern Living shrubs that we have here at production because they are looking fantastic. We have got a gorgeous selection of those butterfly candy butterfly bushes because everything that I'm getting ready to show you has already been sold, and we're just waiting on the weather and the spring to come, and then we're going to ship them to you. Let me show you because we actually have flowers, my friends. All right, so Jerry's giving everybody a drink of water. They are here in the greenhouse. This greenhouse does not have heat turned on. We just let the sun do its work here in the greenhouse. It feels really good in here. It is quite chilly outside. But so we've got the butterfly candies here. Again, all of these are sold. So we have like the little coconut, the little raspberry, the little taffy, little lavender, like all of them are here. All of these are sold. They are doing beautiful. But we have got, look at those sweet little taffies. Can you see that? That sweet little pink. And then, of course, the little grape right here. Look at those. Are those not stunning? Absolutely gorgeous. If we had butterflies in December here in North Carolina, they would be very happy. But again, these are already sold. Jerry is restocking the website. So if you are wanting to pre-order the butterfly candies, they are, you can go ahead and head on over there and pre-order. We're not going to send any of this stuff to you, y'all, until it's appropriate for your growing zone, okay? So in the springtime, once your last frost date, then we'll send them to you. But we've got like the Roman candle, this is, of course, that podocarpus, the Roman candle, very upright evergreen. We have got hydrangeas galore, like this is Big Daddy, which is a beautiful macrophylla. So you've got that. You've got the gardenias, the diamond spires, October Magic camellias, the Everillo grass that I love so much. This is that great Carex. Then the Fire Chiefs right here. They are taking this little nice coppery color to it. We have got the White Wedding hydrangea, more camellias, the Lamandra. This is Platinum Beauty. It is doing quite well. The Forever Goldies, they're kind of flushing out and getting some nice height to them. And then look, y'all, the White Shishis. So the White Shishi camellia, I love this camellia. This is what I have on the back patio. So we have got a flower right now. We've got more that have buds on them. And like I said, we've got tons of different hydrangeas in here. This is the Dear Dolores, and you can see that even the hydrangeas are still green. Cloud 9 is right here because while I said we don't have the heat on it here, you still get really good warm temperatures. And like this morning, it was 27 degrees. I think we've gotten down to 24, 25, but just being in the greenhouse with no heat and just that little bit of protection, the hydrangeas are still holding on to their green leaves just fine. So we've got those. More of the gardenias. This is the Scent Amazing. And then y'all, look at this Pieris. Look at this. This is a great plant for the your shade garden. It is a winter bloomer. This is the mountain snow. And but it's got tons of beautiful growth on it. So if you've got a shade garden where you want an evergreen with white flowers in the wintertime, then this Snow Mountain Pieris is going to be a great option for you. These plants are beautiful. They have just been, I've been really impressed with how well they have grown. Then we've got Sunshine Ligustrums. We have got the Chef's Choice Rosemary, and then the Florida Sunshine Elysium, which is another great plant for the shade. The Florida Sunshine Elysium next with the Pieris. Oh my gosh, throw some camellias and some hydrangeas. You talking about a great landscape for your shade garden? Oh, gorgeous, absolutely lovely. All right, let's head out here and check on the fellas and see how they're doing. All right, so the fellas, bless their heart, it rained all day yesterday and it is just a muddy mess. I don't know what Jerry told you, but of course, you know, we can't take a delivery of any kind of any shape, form, or fashion unless the weather conditions are not good. So yesterday we got the delivery of all of our growing soil. So this is the production soil. I think it's over there. Maybe he already showed it to you. I don't know. We have the most fantastic driver that comes. We always have the same guy, and he does an amazing job, but bless his heart, it had nothing to do with him. He showed up yesterday morning. I think like the high yesterday was like 43, and it rained all day. It was disgusting. So up here is the ground is just, it is a nasty, nasty mess. So once we get out of all of this kind of construction, we'll definitely have to be coming in here and adding in some good gravel. You get a good hard base, and I tell you, the gravel is never done. But if he didn't show you, that's what all of these cubes are. So last time we were up here, we talked about the potting machine, and with the new building and housing, we'll have to have some of the soil, of course, in that building because it will freeze. So this is what I was talking about. So this is what I was referring to. And on this pallet, there are 2 bags, and they literally are bags. So basically you can see like right here. So from here up is a bag, and then from there down is a bag. And so that is filled with all of our professional potting mix. We get this from Sungrow, and we have found that this is just the easiest way to put it, of course, in that hopper. But Jerry was able to get them in here nice and snug, and there's 1 or 2 of them, right? So there was a whole tractor trailer of that, and that will get us through, really like focusing on, and I'm being very careful because it is very muddy right here. And the last thing I want to do is slip and fall and have a wet, muddy tushy here. So that'll get us through pretty much like all of our spring annuals. We'll probably have to order some more for the subsequent, deliveries and growing of the other annuals and the perennials. But this will get us through basically the first initial huge wave of all the annuals and perennials that come in. So now the guys have got the first round of rebar in, and of course we have to have rebar in here because that front wall is going to be like 4 feet up, and so that face that's looking at us, that will have a 4-foot face. That way the tractor trailers, when they come in here, that'll be the right height for them with their docks. So you can see we have got the form, and so you can really kind of see like where the dock is going to be. Hopefully the camera is showing the rebar in there. So it's all in there. We give some of that structure to it, and of course then you got to wait. And so now they're going for the diagonal, getting all of that level and measured and doing all the other stuff. So then there'll be rebar going from Israel to Ernest all the way up that direction as well. So as far as I know, with all of the information, so obviously you get the goal for today is to get whatever rebar reinforcements in there that they need, and then you got to wait a couple of days, let all the footers dry, make sure that the rebar is nice and secure in there, and then they're going to come back, I believe, in like 2 days, I think, and have the walls. And I think those are pre-made formed walls. Again, there's a lot of different stuff going on, but this is a multi-step, multi-day process in order to get all of this done. And of course, you got to let the cement cure and all of that other good stuff. But yeah, so that is what is happening right now, and making good progress for sure. All right, so I got a little update on a timeline. So once the rebar is in, you have to wait right till the concrete hardens so that the rebar is nice and secure in there. So then they come back with these like pre-made forms that will have the walls. So get those in place, and then they pour the concrete in that. Got to wait for those to harden. Then they come back, and you can take the forms off. I'm not really sure about all this. Just come back and we'll fill you on exactly it. And then once the walls, those exterior walls, are all hardened and ready to go, then they will come back, fill in where the actual dock is going to be with a bunch of wash stone, and then on top of that, of course, it will be the concrete pad, and then that's when they'll get all of the sidewalks poured and everything. I think Justin said that the concrete pad's a 4-inch, will be a 4-inch pad up on the top. So there you go. Again, multi-step process, multi-day, multi-week process to get this in, but you know, got to do it correctly. So you don't want this thing going anywhere, you know, you got to do it right. So anyway, that's why we love having the Carolina landscaping and construction team here. They always just do a fantastic job, and they are a joy to work with. So again, if you're local and you need projects done, I mean, they do literally just about anything and everything. And again, they are fantastic at what they do and just a joy to work with. So if you're local, give them a call, tell them that Creekside sent you. But yes, we will, those next step processes, it's going to be probably a little while before we're back up here. And we will keep you updated because nothing is ever boring here at Creekside. So y'all have an amazing day. If it's been fun and informative, we would love it if you would like and subscribe. That way you don't miss those 5 videos that we do each and every week. As always, we appreciate you. Y'all stay warm. Get out there and get some vitamin D, get some sunshine. Even if it's chilly, just bundle up and let your little face go towards the sun. Be like a plant, you know? You need some good water and some good sun. There you go. We're not much different than the plants, are we? Y'all have a great day. See you next time. Bye, friends.